I needed to increase my skill level in carpentry if I was to survive. My plans to fortify this place would depend on my skills. I needed to make rain collectors as well on the roof, to gather some clean drinking water, and I needed to learn how to make some stairs so I could get up there and do that. I spent most of the day disassembling the beds and the bedside lockers. When I got tired of doing that, I headed outside briefly to move some more bodies, but the heavy rain had stopped me and I decided to go back indoors. I did a quick sweep of the base. The heavy rain had now developed into a thunderstorm, so I knew I wasn't going to go anywhere for the rest of the day. I decided to call it a night early, so I could get an early start to the day. After only a few hours sleep, I decided to continue on grinding, breaking every chair and table in sight. But it was only then that I remembered that I had Carpentry Volume 3 in the boot of the van, so I decided to go down and read it so I could boost my skills that little bit quicker. Survival was beginning to feel a lot more difficult. I was running out of water in some of the taps, and food was going to be an issue if I didn't start preparing myself now. I decided to take the truck out. My first target was the lumberyard, see if I could get a few logs that I needed so I could start to secure the windows and the doors in the base. As I got there, however, I was greeted by a large horde outside and growing numbers inside. I fought for as long as I could, but I had to retreat. Just as I felt like I was taking control of the situation, more zombies appeared. I knew I was going to be outnumbered too fast. I seen a fence that I could jump over, and I knew that this was my only opportunity out. The fence provided me some well-needed distance between me and that horde. So I took the opportunity to pick them off one by one. And as per usual, it was working, but it felt like it was doing nothing to their numbers. The only thing that was happening that I was getting more and more exhausted, and every shot was getting that little bit weaker. I needed to rest, and the nearby trailer looked like the best option. I broke in and decided to rest for a little bit, and when I heard no zombies nearby, rather than leaving, I decided to sleep for the night. The next morning, it was back to business. And even though I had taken down a large number of the undead on the previous day, their numbers had somehow grown again. There was no way I could keep this going. I felt for every one that I killed, 3 more appeared. I wasn't going to win this. I knew I was just going to end up being bitten or killed. I had to head home and rethink a new strategy, something. But even retreating home was becoming more difficult. I was followed home again. And even though I was fatigued and I was struggling, I continued to fight. I had no other choice. My confidence in my fighting grew to arrogance. I felt even at my weakest I was still able to win these fights. That was until a lone zombie reminded me of how easy this could all end. That's all it would take. A miss swing. I knew then and there that all my luck had been used up. I'd survived 2 bite attempts. The next time that was going to happen, that would be the last. I needed to be more careful. Being humbled again, I decided to retreat back to the base, go for the truck in the morning. And in the meantime, I decided to craft a Molotov so I could deal with the horde of zombies if they came my way. I didn't know how effective fire would be, so the next morning I needed to test it out. A small group of the undead kind of formed by the edge of the fence line. I decided that these guys could be my guinea pigs. I decided to shout and get their attention. Go over to the bodies that had piled up earlier and light one on fire. And as I had hoped, the undead walked straight into the flames and ignited. This was working perfectly. The zombies burned. I stayed away. They were just getting damaged continuously. Eventually, they all fell to the flames. Knowing that my plan could work if I needed it, I headed straight for the truck, ready to unleash hell. Fortunately though, the truck was unguarded when I got there, so rather than waste my supplies, I jumped straight in and took it home. I got the truck back safely and was only followed by 2 zombies. One of them was very well armed. I added the pistol to my holster. It wasn't my intention to want to use a firearm. I didn't want to attract too much attention, but it was about time I upped my skills on that too. Tomorrow I would test it out. Today, I really needed to focus on my base. I needed to continue to grind. With every hit of the hammer on every table and every chair, I watched my goal of getting to level 7 carpentry draw closer. I even began building storage boxes for my future loot runs in the garage, so I could just pull up, empty, and move on. It was only when I stopped hammering did I hear something strange outside that I thought it would be best to investigate.